Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown Your Questions, episode 390. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez,
What's up, people? How's it going?
Adam Vale,
How you doing? How you doing?
Brett Murdoch,
Everybody.
and Brian Manjoma.
What a weekend. What a weekend.
And joining us, Mr. Carlos Romero.
Oh, round of applause.
Yes. You know?
Yeah, we need trumpets, goddammit.
Yeah. And yeah, Brian, it has been a weekend, but we're not talking about none of that stuff. By the way, we don't know what Chris is. Don't know. He didn't. Usually, he tells us if he's going to be gone or not. He didn't say nothing. Maybe he's so tired that he couldn't even muster the strength to tell us he couldn't be on. You know.
I know his wife's birthday is fairly soon, so yeah.
Could be that.
So it could be doing something this weekend or maybe next weekend. I don't know.
Yeah. Or one of our wonderful moderators, Kristen. You know. So yeah.
Yes.
So I'll say happy birthday to her now, and if it's not this weekend, then I'll wish her another happy birthday next weekend. It's everybody's birthday every day, right, Adam?
Well, there's quite a bit of people's birthdays that are like end of June, early July.
I forgot it was my brother's birthday on Saturday.
Oh,
you missed.
Well, it was at the end. I got it mixed up because I thought it was sometime in July. I was like, oh, July 24th, because my son is August 24th. My wife is September 24th. So I'm like, okay. And then I found out, like, no, it's June 24th.
Oh, shit.
So,
Man, you know what you do, man? If you have
I gotta
it,
put the calendars.
Hey, by the way, Jay Shep says his
everybody.
Jay Shep says his birthday's on Tuesday, so that's it. Everybody's born.
I got all the folks, everybody's birthdays all programmed in my phone. So, like, if I ever forget, I don't forget because the phone remembers. And for most people, I just remember their birthdays.
Uh-oh.
Carlos, when's your birthday? I got to put that in the phone.
Yeah, to be honest, my phone doesn't tell me my birthday, so I only know Manny's birthday. And him and Brett's, because Brett's birthday is Mike's birthday, you know? So those are the only guys I know.
Yep.
And I don't have my calendar linked with Facebook.
Wait,
I heard that's another way. If you
and
link
Chris
with
is-
Facebook.
Somebody has my birthday?
Yeah,
Yes.
I do.
Do we have to duel?
Oh yeah, my boy Mike. He's a lot bigger than you, so I don't know about that.
That's why I'm not challenging. I'm asking. I'm like, okay, is this one of those things where we got a duel for the birthday rights?
Maybe.
Is it a Highlander situation?
It might be. Hey, there's Chris. There he is.
Yo.
What's going on, man? So we're talking about birthdays. So what Kristen's birthday soon, right?
Tomorrow.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Manny was right. Yeah, there you
knew
go. Yeah, shout out to Kristen then. Happy birthday. You know, she keeps all you motherfuckers in the chat in line. You know, her and Barry Burton. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into questions. Not a lot of questions this week. You know, not a lot going on in the industry. It is what it is. So, Mob Hits, this is your night, bro. We're going to answer 6 of your questions because there's a bunch of backup ones. You know,
Double question night.
But obviously, if you guys have any questions for us in the chat tonight, live, feel free to ask them.
Are there any questions about people that actually upgraded to those new PlayStation Plus tiers?
There's nothing about PlayStation Plus in the questions.
Nobody, no question. Because I mean, that's the thing. I don't know anybody here that did it.
Yeah.
To know if tried it. They had a good experience with it. I don't know.
I guess that's our question to the fans. Are you going to get the new PlayStation Plus? Yeah, it's out. Yeah. Are you going? Yeah, I guess.
Who cares about the new PlayStation service?
Yeah.
Straw poll.
It's out on the whole earth now. I mean, it recently just came out in Europe. So
but that's what I'm saying. I don't hear nothing about it. Like, how's the streaming work? How are the downloads? Is everything working right on that system?
I don't think people care that much, man.
I guess not.
I'll be honest, myself included. Like, I just finally got around to trying streaming again because I'm a bit of an old head. I'm like, haven't tried streaming in a couple years, and I was like, all right, man, I'll stream some, I don't know, Sea of Thieves to my iPad Mini, which is not powerful at all. But I, to my surprise, found out it worked fucking flawlessly, and I could hook my Xbox controller up to it. That shit was almost a game changer. I was like, holy fuck, like, this is the Switch bulked out. I mean, I could just do this on any tablet, hook my controller up to anything Bluetooth. Like, it's a world of possibilities, and I'm telling you, it works now. It works.
The big test for me was doing Forza like that. I put Forza on the laptop, and at first it did a little stutter because I guess I had to build up the buffer, and then it was off to the races, and I was racing down
Well,
like I can't believe this is happening.
I think a lot of it has to be said. It's like a lot of this is just that part of it is that predictive AI that they're using. You know, along with the streaming.
I don't like that. I don't like that exists because it feels
But-
like determinism to me. Like there is no free will. The computer knows
Well,
the choices you will make.
to be honest, you know, to bring up a really shitty movie, that's what RoboCop, the new RoboCop was. He had a predictive AI in there that made him think that he was doing all the amazing things that he was doing because his reaction time wasn't good enough, and his to get his cybernetics to work. So whenever he goes into essentially battle mode, the AI takes over, and he essentially thinks that he's doing all those different things, but he's not doing it at all.
We're just gonna have video games play themselves.
Pretty much.
And my point is, so and I realize I'm late to the party on this, but we have like a fully fledged, like real working streaming service for the first time I could ever think of. Like it is to the point where it is fucking robust now, and I still don't hear people talking about the streaming aspect of fucking Game Pass all that much.
I don't think
It's
they
the games
use
that you
it,
can download.
and I think
We
it's.
I don't
talked
think a
about
lot of people use it. I don't think a lot of people care.
I don't. And
No,
I
most
think
people.
it's also-
I mean, people in our, I should say, people in our circles generally don't. You know, I would like to hear like maybe normies, maybe they use it more. I'm not sure. Actually, in general, I want to know how many people are using this in general, the streaming stuff.
Also, from what I understand, you have to be an ultimate member. I don't think.
Yeah, you have to be ultimate. Yeah.
And it's not
Yes.
just there. It's not just for Game Pass. You have to be an ultimate member. And then also, it still says it's beta. So I think Microsoft isn't officially going all in with the advertising of, and we got streaming. Because once you boot up, you see a little spaceship, and then it's still big letters on the top says beta. Just letting you know.
Well,
But I mean, it's pretty solid. But who knows? Once they get it out of beta, then I'm sure we'll hear more of them pushing it, and then more of the casuals jumping in on that.
Logic wins. Just to chime in, Logic wins actually says, I tried to stream MK11 and Hitman on XCloud, and it didn't work very well.
Ah,
Oh.
Mm.
well,
How's
I
your
guess
internet connection?
yeah, that's
it
one thing.
depends. Yeah, it depends on internet. Maybe it's the
I
device.
mean,
Who knows?
Brett's running the future because he's running through the Googles.
Yeah, I got like 2 terabyte speed, man. On a slow day, I'm running 500 megs. Like, but that's not everybody doesn't have Google Fiber, and that sucks. That sucks. It's kind of funny because great internet here, terrible internet at the fucking tattoo shop. I mean, like late '90s internet.
Wow.
I've watched pictures fucking buffer up there. You get 5-10 megs if you're lucky.
Isn't that
So-
in town, like in like a busy area? You said it was on like a strip, right, or something like that.
Yeah. When you get into accounts for businesses for things like internet and that kind of
the
thing,
price
it
goes up.
gets real fucking stupid, and you like can't call the same place. So we can't get Google Fiber at the shop. Otherwise, we would have ages ago. And commercial is this whole other thing that they just charge you more for. It fucking sucks.
Yeah. All right, man.
Also,
Go ahead.
One thing I wanted to mention is, correct me if I'm wrong, but last time, and this was like weeks ago, I tried. I was playing Game Pass streaming on my tablet and iPad in particular. The streaming doesn't work with a dedicated app. You have to go through the browser.
You use the Edge browser. Don't use Safari.
Yeah.
I had issues with Safari, but once it even says it's recommended for Edge, and then I used Edge, and
So I feel like once they have the dedicated Game Pass app, or maybe just a unified app, and that's another thing that pisses me off. Why is there 2 apps? Just put it all in one.
Well, they said it was too much content. That was asked a long time ago, and they said it was just a lot of content, and people wanted just to open up one section. It's on their website. They talk about is that people just want Game Pass, and they don't want to have to click buttons and go through menus. So then they just made an app just for Game Pass stuff.
But there's an app for Xbox, there's an app for Game Pass, and you can't play xCloud on any of them.
Well, that was because of Apple. Remember, Apple wanted to charge. That was that whole financial thing. They wanted to charge for every transaction, even though they were like, "Well, they're not buying it. It's part of this." No. We want to charge.
But even on Androids like that, it's 2 separate apps.
They wanted to charge. they wanted to charge, so they were like, we'll come up with a workaround, and the workaround was this: they created the Xbox/Play. So now it's a website. It's sort of like Fortnite. You can play Fortnite on, I think it's back on Apple, but before they put it back on there, that was the workaround. Go through the browser and play it through the web version. So
Yeah.
it's
So
all about money, because that was the holdout. They wanted to charge them fair, and they're like, we know this is not how it works, because you don't charge people on Netflix that for every time they go to watch a movie. Like, oh, we want freaking $1. It's like, for what?
Actually, I just learned about this. They do. It is fucking savage. They take up to 30%
Yeah,
of
for apps.
everything, and that's continuing. Like, let's say you buy one of these little mobile games, right? You jump in, you buy a little starter package, $20. Boom, you're off to the races. Every single package of whatever you buy, gems or blah blah blah, they get a cut 30% of, indefinitely, in all future tense. It's fucking
It's
stupid.
crazy. Like Audible, right? That's Amazon. Amazon, if you use the app, you can listen to all your audiobooks. But if you go to the store, you go to buy something, it tells you to go to the website. You can't buy it from the app because of
Oh,
that
dude,
fee.
Tinder gives you a discount for signing up on the website. I just found this out because of that 30% cut.
Yeah.
They try and actually redirect you because it going through the app, since you bought the app, download the app on the App Store. If you like sign up to give them money, other people take a cut.
Yeah. It's the bullshit,
It,
man. It's a lot.
it really is.
Did I hear
Everything
that? Whoa,
about
whoa, whoa,
mobile
whoa,
gaming
whoa,
is
whoa!
predatory.
We're burying the lead here. Did you just say Tinder?
Yeah,
Okay, just making sure I heard that right. Anyway, continue.
but it's a thing that exists. You hear about it every once in a while. This isn't personal experience.
No,
Yeah.
he probably wasn't sure there was a pay service for it. Maybe that's it.
No, never mind. Let's answer
No, no.
some questions. I'm like, what?
Oh,
Threw me
it's like we
off.
don't have time or something, Tony.
Yeah, no, I just threw, no.
Relationships? What are those?
You're like, wait, what? Well, I'll talk about it off here. I don't want to get into that right now. Anyway, let's move on, man. Villa Kyle with the first official question of the night here.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while, by the way.
No, he's been around. He's still
I
around.
don't know. I feel like we haven't heard something from Villa Kyle in a while.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes, in an interview with GameSpot's Timur Hussein, Final Fantasy 16 director Naoki Yoshida said Final Fantasy 16 will not be an open world. Sonic Frontier has also been called an quote-unquote open zone by its director. Are we finally starting to see the pendulum swing away from open world games to favor a more linear, curated experience?
Well, to be honest, doing those type of worlds are fucking expensive.
It costs a lot of money.
It costs a lot to do that. Like,
And
so
the upkeep.
yeah. So I mean, like, if they're pivoting toward a, well, granted, like the last, like what Final Fantasy has been a open world. I mean, maybe the classic ones, but even those aren't fully open world.
15 was kind of like that.
15 was open world-ish.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
like it has oh, go ahead.
13 was open world ish. 15 was open world ish. I guess, yeah, it's like they don't fully go. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Final Fantasies never have really gone full open world because they don't really want to get you. They don't really want you going too far off the beaten path, right?
Yeah.
You know, like you can't go rob a store, you know, in Final Fantasy and go on a car chase like a GTA. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's like I think it's just in general, like it's very expensive to develop open worlds, and I'm sure that especially with 2 Japanese studios, they're not going to be that way. I don't think the Sonic team has gotten any bigger since the last Sonic team game. I think it's just they give you open spaces to play around with, but it's not really anything open. It's about, you know, I feel like what would be the best example of like a sort of semi-closed open world? I can't think of anything right now.
God of War.
Yeah, like God of War is God of War is
the Yakuza games.
Yeah, they're not like they're not super open worldy.
They're open world-ish.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of times it's just I think it just because it just takes so much time and effort to sort of build these whole worlds that they don't want to start they'll create a bunch of side missions and stuff, but it's like I think it's a lot to do something like that. I personally I wouldn't. I feel like with Final Fantasy, I don't want a world that's fully open.
Yeah.
Then it sort of becomes a little bit not Final Fantasy, and it becomes more
I
Elder
agree
Scrolls.
Well, I mean,
Right?
I don't think so because I don't think Final Fantasy even has a sort of a track record of having things to do like in Elder Scrolls,
No,
like side quests and
but
that
yeah,
kind of
like
Yeah,
stuff.
it's big and open.
what if you could get to a world like what? Like, I guess the most open Final Fantasy world is their online world, but then again, there's money constantly coming into that thing to make it even bigger. But yeah,
Was
I don't.
15 not considered open
No,
world?
I wasn't because it
It's
was.
it's a fairly linear sort of game. The only difference is that there's distance between the sections. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean
That's sort of
that's what happens most of the time with quote unquote
open
open
world
world
games.
games
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah, it was almost open world, but there was parts of the game you couldn't just drive to or whatever. You know.
I
Especially
mean, that's
especially second half of the game.
Yeah, the second half of the game was not open world at all. It's super linear.
That was a funnel. Right
that's
there.
true.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, they made it kind of feel like that, but kind of feel open. But no, you're right.
yeah. So I saw
Which
it was
is
like
ironic
ish.
because
Yeah,
which is ironic because Final Fantasy 13 it was a linear game and then it just went open world
yeah, and then went back to linear at the end.
and then it went back to linear.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think we have enough data to say there is a shift. It is interesting though.
I would say there would be more of a shift if you saw more Western companies going away from the open world format.
Yeah, see, Yakuza Like a Dragon, I don't consider open world. I consider open world ish. You know?
it's a fairly you know
Because there's areas that like there's sewer levels you have to load into or whatever. Because that's also the other thing about open world. Open world is you could go anywhere without any loading. That's always the main draw of an open world game. You have to load some of these sections, so that's not really open world.
It's funny because you say you consider a Fallout an open world game, but yet and all you have to load into certain parts of that game too.
Yeah, you kind of do, don't you? Like if you go underground.
I feel like the open world ish aspect, the open world aspect is more of the things that you can do within the world. There's no.
Wouldn't that be more sandbox then?
More sandbox.
Well, I mean, a true open world will let you go anywhere, including the places you're not supposed to go and get your ass handed to you. But even most open world games, they region lock you.
Yeah. Like an open world game, supposed to be like, hey, look at that mountain. I'm going to go up there. Like that's open world.
Yeah, like Breath of the Wild does not stop you from going to fight Ganon at the end of the game.
At the beginning of the game, yeah.
You can literally, if you're good enough, you can get into that castle and beat the shit out of Ganon.
Yeah. Yeah, right from the beginning. That's right. Yeah, open zone. But yeah, I don't think we have enough evidence. But interesting. We'll keep an eye on this. We'll say that we'll keep an eye on this.
Put our best people on it.
I should also note both of these games. Actually, hold on. Let's pull it back a little bit. What do both of these games have in common?
Japanese development.
In Japanese games generally don't make open world games. They exist. Don't get me wrong, but generally they do open zone games. So also keep that in mind. If we start seeing more of this stuff from the Western developers, then you may be onto something. But generally speaking, this is the way Japanese developers have always made their quote unquote open world games. So it's par for the course. Actually, nothing to see here. I just realized nothing to see here. This is what they usually do.
Well, I mean, it's a different tradition. It's weird because like art tends to be derivative of itself, and I'm not going to get all fancy with that. My whole point here is that I swear to God, there's a lineage that basically started with Shemnu.
That's open world-ish. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but that was so successful that I think it kind of set a standard for how Japanese games interpret open worlds. Thus, you have Yakuza. So, I think that's their answer to open world. It's open world-ish, and it's really no different than say like Horizon or whatever. Any of these games where you're kind of region locked. It's just it doesn't shy away from letting you know that you can only be in this part of the city, as opposed to being like, well, now you have fur armor, so you can go to the cold part of the map. It's all of it's gatekeeping. But I think Japanese developers have this habit of not trying to hide that from you as much as Western developers do.
Yeah, although Breath of the Wild, Japanese game, extremely open world and extremely sandbox. Also, Brett, kind of funny that you mentioned Shenmue and Yakuza, because literally Yakuza is like a spiritual successor of Shenmue. That was the big draw. It's like, oh shit, it's like Shenmue, but just crazy.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. There's a pedigree there.
Yeah, no, for sure,
that
I
runs
agree.
through these games, and I think it's here's the word. I think that standard is in the zeitgeist of the Japanese audience.
I
right?
agree.
Like they
There
don't
you go.
necessarily think giant open world, so I can spend 5 minutes driving and make it feel like a load screen kind of thing. They're like, here's the part of the city that you need to be in.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the reason I brought up Breath of the Wild just to show the exception to the rule, right? But generally speaking, it's more games like Yakuza that you get as far as open world goes. Even Metal Gear Solid 5, I call that open world-ish because it was 2 giant levels, basically.
Yeah.
So even
and
that,
then also the order of business is that, I mean, granted, there's a little bit more you can do in the world, but yeah, there's a fair line of, the direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you guys consider Death Stranding open world?
Death Stranding, no. I would say open world-ish as well because it's 2 different zones. It's like Metal Gear Solid 5 in that same structure. 2 giant open zones, but they're not connected to each other unless you load between them. So I wouldn't consider that open world either. But it's very close. Just like Metal Gear Solid 5 is very close.
They're pretending to be.
They're pretending to be for sure.
So, in the spirit of nitpicking, would you consider Fallout 4 open world?
Yeah, absolutely open world.
Because you have to load when you go inside a building.
Yeah, you
have
do.
to load.
Well, we talked about that earlier.
Loading interiors is different than loading zones.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
And I'm not saying that I agree with Tony because. I think the definition for open world was probably going to be World of Warcraft back in the day, and you definitely had to load between zones.
Yes.
I mean, there wasn't an active loading screen, but you could tell when you shifted between zones because I'm pretty sure they were hosted on different servers or some shit. I don't know how that shit worked.
No, it was limitations of the hardware. You can't remember when you had to take the Zeppelin to go to the other side. You couldn't load the whole entire world. It was just too massive, especially for that day. For that time.
Did they?
We consider that open world.
Is all of that stuff still the same way now? Like after the upgrades that they did to it?
They actually came out with an OG version of Warcraft fairly recently. So all the old people go back and be like, "It's a level 20 undead." It's fun. I don't really hang out with any of the people that I used to play with. Otherwise, I might consider giving it a shot. But my point is, that's considered an open world. I will submit a game is pretending to be an open world when it region locks you.
Yeah,
I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah, and Manny, I don't know the answer. But it would be a good one to ask for the people that actually played it recently. Someone asked, will Starfield be open world? Yes, it will be open world, but it's not going to be open interstellar.
Yeah. The planets are all open that you can go to, but when you going from the planets into space is not.
I don't understand why that's such a big deal. That's how it was on Mass Effect.
Yeah, it was how Mass Effect was.
Yeah, Mass Effect wasn't considered open world though.
No.
Yeah, Mass Effect.
I mean, here's the thing. If you give me a bunch of destinations that I can freely travel between, and they're all open sandboxy areas, even though I have to load between them, I'll still consider that open world as long as I can freely choose, which of these planets or whatever. If I want to go to that planet first, the end planet, and then walk out into a sandstorm and instantly die because I'm a dumbass, that's my prerogative.
It's my prerogative. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, if you start out
prerogative.
fucking Fallout 4, you're like, hey, that's a radiation cloud. You just dive right in because, fuck it, let's find out. That's fucking around and trying to break games is, for a lot of people, half the fun of a lot of these open world games. Elden Ring is the perfect example. You're like, oh man, can I just skip, I found a treasure chest that skips you forward. Can I just skip into a more advanced zone? And the game's fuck around and find out.
Oh man! All right.
See what happens, man. See what happens when you walk in that world.
All right.
I just add my
go ahead.
2 cents on the whole Starfield thing and why
Sure.
people upset that you can't go and land on planets.
Yeah.
Firstly, there are games that allow you to do that. For example, Elite Dangerous. You can literally
Hey,
fly
there you
from.
go. There we go.
Do you have interiors, spaceship interiors in Elite Dangerous? I genuinely wondered this.
Uh, no, I don't think so.
God damn. See, that's what makes it. I want to play a fucking space game where I can be like flying and then just like pop out, walk around the ship, talk to people, do some shit. Mass Effect
No,
was the closest I had to that.
no, you don't get that. But again,
I want to be a fucking space pirate. God damn it.
you can literally fly from the solar system onto a planet, and that is mostly seamless. But at the same time, the games that allow you to do that are not the same as Star System as
Oh no,
Starfield.
Star Citizen. That's its whole goal. That's the reason it's impossible. Right? I mean, they've got so much fun, and that thing's gonna last forever. But it's gonna eventually come out. I recently found out they got like $500 million in that bitch. The game is coming out. They just
Hmm.
keep
Is it?
retooling it. And people can actually play it right now. It sounds awesome. You're like, okay, so I can start a journey, set on cruise control like Elite Dangerous, hop back into my ship, put on some armor, grab a gun, mash speeds with another ship, launch out, and fucking pirate them like as another player. Yes, yes, 100 times yes. I have a fantasy of being a space pirate that I need to fulfill. Goddamn it! And it's only fun against other players.
The
One of the
only
I
reasons
the
I
guess
like
only
so.
these.
the only space pirate that I want to be is Captain Harlock with a giant pirate ship in space
Oh right,
and a robot crew.
yeah, wildly inefficient, but
Yes.
fuck it.
I
Yeah.
I feel like Brett that a lot of people, I think you and myself included, uh, are putting in maybe more expectations uh, on this game that maybe some other people. So I feel like even I guess I can speak for myself here. Um, I was a little bit upset about no seamless flying in between a planet to space to another planet, for example,
Why,
Y-
Carlos? I want to ask you that question.
because I every time I imagine the perfect space game, that's just something that feels like it would be in it.
But
It
then,
feels so arbitrary though, doesn't it?
but then,
Sure.
but then, is Starfield a space sim like that?
I don't know.
I
I,
don't
I
think it
Exactly.
is a
honestly don't
space
know.
sim.
And that's the thing that I don't get. Like people are like saying, "Oh, you should be able to do that." It's like, yeah, but that's like a very simmy thing to do.
Oh
It's
no,
like
I'm not
in
saying they should.
Euro Truck
I'm just saying,
Simulator. It's like, yeah, you can manage your fuel levels because that's a very sim-like thing to do. Like you don't expect to manage your fuel levels in GTA because GTA is not a
yeah,
sim like that. That's what I'm trying to
sh-
say.
sure. No, I understand that, but I'm not saying at least from what I've been saying, I'm not saying that they should have that feature. I'm just saying in my sort of perfect world, I would have liked that there. Not saying that I'm not gonna play the game or Bethesda sucks or anything like that. Maybe some other
So
people are doing it,
confused. Bro.
but but yeah, I mean, this is just something that I felt like it would be cool because in No Man's Sky, it's pretty cool to do that. Um,
No Man's Sky kind of cheats. I have to admit.
well, it does,
No Man's Sky
but
kind of doesn't have an atmosphere that you go through, unlike Elite Dangerous. Just saying.
that's
Like
true. No, yeah,
in like Elite Dangerous, it can take you like maybe like 3 minutes to actually like get from the atmosphere down to like the surface level because the atmosphere exists and you have to like
Hmm.
get through that stuff. And if you fuck up, and you can fuck up and be stranded pretty much out in space, and you have to fly back out to fly back in because physics exists. Yeah, it can be a pain. So I can understand why they just said, you know what, just don't do that whole thing because it can be a mess if people fuck up. And I don't think that they wanted people to fuck up like that. And hence why I'm like, I don't understand why people wanted that in a game like Starfield because I just don't think that two things gel well. Like I
Did
can
they just
see,
yeah.
did they just want them to make No Man's Sky?
Yep.
no, I just thought
Oh
that they
no.
just didn't want like to go too far in the sim aspects of things and just keep things very quote unquote simple, if you wish.
Yeah, I mean, they could definitely stretch themselves too thin, that's for sure. But
Um,
for me, the reason why I would want that feature, I'm just thinking out loud here. I would like, I would like to be like within just think about like getting chased by someone in a planet, and then you're like, damn, I got to get out of this place, and then you get on your ship and you're trying to leave the atmosphere, but freaking jet fighters are shooting at you and you're trying to escape, and then sort of like a Star Wars thing where you're escaping and then you're just trying to load up to get to warp speed and get the hell out of there and go to a different planet.
And then
That kind of stuff.
this motherfucker in a black suit decides to pull your ship out of the sky
Yeah,
using his powers.
Isn't that just basically like I've played that like No Man's Sky, and I'll be honest, after a minute, like you're like, this just feels like a loading screen because you can't really dogfight as you're like doing your ascent out of orbit, right? And so like it got to the point where I was like, basically like you could just kind of throw down like a seamless transition where I go into like a warp tunnel while it's loading and then pop out the other side, kind of thing. Like it would be very easy for me not to have to do this. All I'm doing is pressing forward on a thumbstick through something that feels like a pause screen. But I do think that they're going to be, they're going to focus a little bit on, I've talked about mundane aspect of gaming sometimes and how that can be a good thing. In Fallout 4, you could build settlements, you could grow crops, you could have little merchants, you could putz around and work on your camp. On this one, you can really build a camp, but you could build your spaceship and recruit crew members.
I mean, the spaceship is essentially the camp.
What's that?
The spaceship is essentially the camp.
No, you can do a spaceship and a camp. Like, and you can build the spaceship
that's
piece
right.
by piece.
Yeah, you're right. You're
So,
right.
like,
you're right. I remember that part.
Even in Fallout 76 kind of thing, like if you want to manage crops or work on the thing, like there's this kind of very slow pace that not everybody enjoys, but I think is one of the things that makes these games honestly so addictive. It's you go out, you fight a bunch of mutants, you come back, like, oh man, I got that concrete I needed. I'm gonna build that fucking guard tower I wanted to do, and like you spend an hour or so doing that, and then you go back to adventure and back and forth. So they have done systems before where they have these kind of quiet, mundane moments. So I would be entirely surprised if you like needed to manage at least some things about your ship. Well, though the way they'll probably go though is like you won't get negative effects from not doing it. The same way you won't get negative effects from not building a camp in Fallout. But you'll get a lot of positive effects if you build one. And if you build a really good one, you get even more positive effects.
Yep. All right, let's move on to the next question here. What are the chances we'll see another showcase / direct / presentation from Xbox announcing future projects this year? Probably zero chance because they only ever do one of these a year. Maybe we'll get like a smaller showcase, but I was thinking about this question. Microsoft doesn't really do a lot of showcases in general. Like PlayStation has their state of plays, Nintendo has the Nintendo Directs. Microsoft doesn't really do as many of these. They generally just have their big quote unquote E3 one, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
And then the follow up is whatever they show at Game Awards.
Yeah, the Game Awards.
Yeah. So you're not. I'm just using history here. No, that the big show from them, 90-minute show. That's it. That's all you get.
They did Gamescom though, Microsoft. But
yeah,
they really didn't do much there.
Gamescom may be one, and you will see some of their games, obviously, Game Awards, like you said. But yeah, outside of Gamescom, because you're right, they did do Gamescom a few times. Other than that, that's it. Don't really expect too much.
I don't think Xbox is holding out on us.
Yeah. So that's a simple one to answer right there. Thank you, Villa Kyle. Move on here. Jay Shep, who's in the building right now, man. What's up?
Yo.
All right. He goes, earlier this year, Horizon Forbidden West received a score of 88 on Metacritic. The reason cited was because it was just quote-unquote more of the same. Meanwhile, Elden Ring will probably win Game of the Year in 2022 for being Demon Souls, but with an open world. Can Starfield separate itself from No Man's Sky, and can Spider-Man 2 prove itself unique enough to potentially win Game of the Year in 2023? All right. I know what you're trying to ask here. You're like, wait, this game got panned for being more the same, but then Elden Ring got panned for being more the same. It is, but it isn't. Just having that type of game in an open world makes it different, understand? Not revolutionary, obviously. It's still more the same in that respect, but that is enough to change it. Horizon Forbidden West, I gave it a very high score myself. I think I gave it a 90 out of 100 over on Tom's Guide. I said, hey, it is more the same, and that's a good thing because it does more the same very, very well. you know. But also got to break some stuff down. Starfield is a first game, right? That, like, think about it, right? Horizon Forbidden West is a sequel. Elden Ring is the next line of a Souls game. Starfield has no precedent outside of like Fallout and Elder Scrolls, so you can't really compare it to No Man's Sky because it's not a sequel to No Man's Sky. It's a take on the Fallout franchise, right? And then Spider-Man 2 obviously is a sequel. But again, we don't that game may be different on its own just because of the fact that this is just Tony speculating right now. I know we don't do that around here. I suspect we're probably going to get to play as Peter Parker and Miles Morales in that game. I don't think they're going to take one of them away from you, you know. And Starfield, I think you will get quote unquote more of the same in that it will be Fallout in space, but that's what people want, and that's nothing wrong with that, you know.
I think it'll be an evolution. I mean,
Yeah.
like I think there's a distinct point in that a lot of these games aren't like Elder Scrolls wasn't revolutionary, but it was evolutionary, right?
Yeah.
It was the culmination of the best things of all the games, plus a new mechanic which fundamentally changed the way you approach the game. You know, it have to be open world. I don't think that they made it open world because people love open world games. I think when you play it, if you've played the other Souls games, you're like, this just feels like the natural evolution. This feels like the culmination.
Yeah, it does. It's a natural
it's-
evolution of where that series is going anyway. Yeah.
It seems like it definitely seems like that, where it's like it seems like the worlds have gotten bigger as the games have gone forward. So what's the next eventual step of something like the games the previous games to essentially give you a whole world of that to play with.
Yeah, and that's why when you went to the open world, it didn't feel unnatural for the game. Like, it was like, whoa, this is cool. You get to do all this other shit. But at the same time, it still felt natural, you know? So they didn't really, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like they just plopped it into an open world.
And then the funny thing,
it did it its own way, you know?
And the funny thing is that once you get into one of those dungeons or get into one of those castles, it's total classic,
Yeah. Exactly.
Dark Souls.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. So it's the same but different, you know. But again, too early to tell what's going to be Game of the Year in 2023. We're barely like halfway through this. Oh no, we are halfway through this year, basically.
It'll be Elder Scrolls or Elden Ring. It'll be Elden Ring.
Oh, for this year, for sure. He's talking about 2023. I'm like, okay, we're a little far away from that, buddy. You know?
Yeah, no, it's not going to be Game of the Year next year. Like,
he's saying is Starfield or Spider-Man 2 going to be Game of the Year 2023? Who knows, dude?
Well, I wanted to say, like, I think that Starfield is going to be Skyrim in space, but they did build a new engine for it. So again,
yeah, we've heard that before, you know.
Well, no, we don't know if the new engine is shit, but we just know that it's new. So, like,
yeah,
the bar is already pretty high. Like, we have an engine that barely works. Now we made an engine that kind of, sort of works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's still an upgrade. It's not their strong point. I'm sure it's going to be glitchy as fuck. But it's going to try and be a natural evolution of the things it's done before. And I'm sure Peter Parker and Miles Morales and Spider-Man, like Tony said, going to be the same thing. My guess is that we're going to get a Spider-Verse thing. And they're going to do a Ratchet and Clank falling through dimensions, really pretty shit.
Oh, God, I hope they don't do that shit. That would be terrible. Oh, my God, that'd be horrible.
That's probably going to think of at least a future Spider-Man game. It's like, oh, man, through the multiverse. Because, you're going to have to kind of...
Here we go.
You know it's true.
That's why I'm like, oh, God, because I totally see it happening, you know?
It'll look pretty.
That's the problem, you know? It's fucking bullshit.
I have a guess as to what might be Game of the Year.
Got a War? Oh, next year?
God damn it, Tony! You stole my joke.
Well, it's coming out this year, Brian. You know?
Feeling your thunder.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, that's why you saw my air quotes, though. You know,
it's almost the end of June and still nothing. So I don't know. And speaking of the end of June, still no sales numbers
for that first game we talked about in this question, right, Brian? The answer is yes, by the way. Yeah, Horizon Forbidden West, where the numbers at? Very interesting. Yeah. Very interesting.
I know what it was interesting. It's not interesting. It's just it probably didn't hit expectations. They don't want to put a giant flag on it. Yeah. That's it.
This is just my theory right now. I think because a lot of people think that this game is only available on PS5, they're not buying it on PS4. They're like, oh, I gotta wait till I get a 5. You know, it's like, no, you can buy the game now. You can buy it now. You know,
Buy
so,
it now. Buy it now.
yeah. All right, move on here. Domeke, who's joining us, he actually asked us question related to Sonic Origins, but we've answered this before. He basically wants to know what collection of classic games would we want bundled together, but we've answered that before. So we'll skip that and we'll go to the next one.
It's fairly recently we were
Yeah,
asked that.
I think he asked that too. Maybe he forgot. No, because someone asked us again like about a month or two ago. It was like we answered that already. So the other question he has here is, which game or series do you personally rate as having the best art style or design? This more than just them 4K graphics and way tracing. So he's just about art style in general.
Current gen or all time?
All gens.
I mean,
I wouldn't say the best of all time, but I have to put down Okami on there for
That's a good one.
essentially going down the road of trying to be sort of like a Japanese sume painting video game. Not a lot of games look like that. Then that's let's see what else. I would have to say I'll go down the road of the Overwatch. I think they have a very nice looking. I mean, it's not a game that I would play, but
Overwatch.
it's a very nice
Overwatch.
looking game, a very attractive looking, stylized looking game. Lots of really cool looking characters and stuff like that in that. I will put Gravity Rush on there too for being a game that also has a style and not is just trying to be hyper realistic all the time. And I feel like a game like that will probably age a lot better than a lot of these sort of hyper realistic games, especially when technology gets all better.
Yeah, I like the Persona games. They're really
Persona
nice.
games too. Again, a game trying to essentially having a distinguished style, and in the future, that game will definitely age pretty well. I also put down the Guilty Gear games currently
those are
and
good.
past. They all have a very distinct style to them, and they sort of essentially when they went into the realm of 3D, they decided, okay, we're going to continue to keep that style and keep the it just doesn't feel. They Guilty Gear games still look and sort of feel like a Guilty Gear game, which is great,
Yeah.
even with the change to 3D.
All right, some suggestions here from the so just real quick. Ori and the Blind Forest games, yes, very
Yes.
very
Mhm.
great art styles there.
Very nice
Cuphead,
art
yeah,
style.
Cuphead, obviously the style of 1930s cartoons, very distinctive. Wolf Among Us, yeah, that's another one. Those are good.
Wolf Among Us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's another one.
I mean, I'm glad that they sort of kept that sort of style
Borderlands.
for the new one.
Borderlands, yeah, that works.
Borderlands, you can definitely tell a Borderlands.
You could
game,
tell,
and also,
yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I heard somebody trying to chime in here real quick in the chat.
Oh, that was me.
Oh, go ahead, Brett.
Not to sound like the fanboy that I am, but I want to throw Elder Scrolls or Elden Ring. I keep doing that. Elden Ring back out there. For the very reason that it's subtle. I can't tell you the amount of times that I have heard something along the lines of, it doesn't have the best graphics, but it's fucking beautiful and like the prettiest game I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
It's
like,
very-
because
that tells me a lot.
yeah, I've said that myself. I was like, this game doesn't particularly look great graphically, but there's something about it, man. That's,
I think it's
yeah.
I think it's also, I don't think necessarily Elden Ring or any of the Souls games are going for a specific style.
No, they're not.
But they're going for something that they're not thinking about realism as opposed to sort of just creating sort of interesting sort of aesthetics within the language. Like I feel like it's the same sort of like thing that happens with with at least the previous Metal Gear games. They are somewhat attempting to make something hyper realistic, but not fully. Like you
Yeah.
go back and look at Metal Gear Solid 2 or 1 or even 3, they're kind of trying to be real, but they're also not. And you could tell one of those games just by looking at them, even just by looking at them, not even playing it.
Yeah, real quick, because Mob Hits, I don't think you understood the question. You did understand. You got the first couple ones you named off were right on with the question, but Forza, that's not even an art
Not
style.
a
It's just
style.
yeah, it's not a style.
It's hyper
It's
realistic.
just real. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not a
we're not
style at
talking.
all.
We're not talking about essentially recreating reality. That is recreating reality is not a style.
Yeah, it's not a style.
This is an aesthetic choice to make something not look like a specific, like trying to create full reality. Elden Ring is not really trying to create reality.
Yeah.
Those people would make any fucking sense in real life.
Yeah. Oh, see, there you go, Blitz. He goes the wolf style in the Yoshi games. Yes. Yeah. Those
Oh,
look
yeah,
like
that's
fucking
pretty good.
wolves.
Those are
That's a
those
good
are
example.
That's a style choice.
I wanna give a huge-
Paper Mario 2. That's a very distinct
That's a
style.
start
You know.
style,
Yeah.
I want to give a huge shout out to Bioshock. I feel like
Bioshock?
that's a style that a lot of people have bitten off of since it came out.
Yeah, Bioshock never tried to be
Yeah.
hyper-realistic.
It's a style. Yeah, for sure. Like the little what are they called? Little sisters. They're
Yeah, those
very
sisters.
yeah.
they
They're
never-
very cartoony. Yeah. That
Yeah,
works.
like,
That's a style. Yeah.
Even like when you saw Elizabeth or when you saw people in the
Yeah.
game, they didn't look like hyper realistic people. They sort of had a aesthetic to them that sort of stayed within the lines of the game.
Yeah, for sure. Right, that's a lot. Was it the one Link game that was super cartoony? That was kind of fun to look at.
Wind Waker?
Wind Waker, yeah.
Link Between
Even
Worlds.
Breath of the
also.
Wild has its own style
even
too.
Breath of the Wild has its
Yeah.
own distinct style.
Yep.
Sort of
My
animation.
thing is
guess
like.
I'll-
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I'll throw this out there since you guys haven't mentioned it yet. Little Nightmares, which is
Little
basically similar to
Oh, yeah.
like the Tim Burton style. So
Yeah,
I
very
guess that
sort of,
like, encompasses the Alice in something games. Is it the Alice in Wonderland?
Oh
game?
yeah. That's a good art style. Yeah. American McGee, right? That type
American
of deal.
McGee, that's
Yes, those are the ones.
Yeah.
Just to be fair,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to mention it. It's not a style that I gravitate towards, but it's worked really well, especially with different IPs that it's been involved with. Fortnite.
Yeah,
No,
That type of style. Yeah. I see what you're
It
saying.
has a very sort of attractive style. I mean, I feel like that's part of what gets people, into it. Like, essentially, they're sort of like stylized action figures you're playing with.
Yeah, that's why I found it interesting. You single out Overwatch because to me, Overwatch and Fortnite they're of the same ilk.
Well, I
you know?
chose Overwatch because they have actual unique characters, and it's not a bunch of created characters that just are a hodgepodge of things.
Okay, fair enough.
But it definitely, Fortnite has a specific style, and I feel like that is one of the things that pushed it over, something like PlayerUnknown's Battleground, which literally had generic Unreal Engine.
Yeah,
assets.
PUBG was that was not. I mean, that game just looked bad anyway.
Yeah.
Let's just be real here.
They're just using off the shelf Unreal assets and said, okay, we made this game.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, the old school 2D Capcom sprite style that was always a winner.
I feel like a lot of games, especially when it comes to a lot of the two-dimensional side scrollers and those games, they had to have a specific style because it's pretty much what they could. It was pretty much what they could only do. I mean, granted, they did have realistic games like the Mortal Kombats and the, some of those scanned games. Like there was a Batman game that did it too.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, moving on. Oh, Sir Richalot. Will these questions? Which will these questions be controversial though?
They're all controversial. I'm just going to say that right now.
Yeah, this one's not too controversial. Which upcoming fall games in 2022, if any, is the Throwdown crew looking forward to?
Fall games. What is coming out this fall?
I don't even know.
I mean,
man.
is that why he's asking this controversial
I
question?
think, granted, he didn't say controversial, but I threw that in there. I guess if it comes out, God of War. But again, I've said this before. I even wrote an editorial about it. I don't trust release dates anymore, man. Fuck that shit. Give me the game. Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say that that Dead Space successor.
The Callisto
yes.
Protocols.
That's
go.
coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. That's something to look forward to if it comes out. I don't trust these motherfuckers.
If it gets released, but it's
Yeah.
slated Slated.
Ah, yeah,
Who
let's
knows?
go slated. Yeah. Callisto Protocol. That's definitely one to look forward to. It's that HR Giger game coming out, so I'm very curious about that game. It's Torn, I think.
Yeah.
Scorn.
Scorn, yes,
Yeah.
comes out October 11th,
Yeah,
Oh, there
I'm
you
looking
go.
forward to it just
Okay.
because it looks disgusting. You know.
and it's on Game Pass.
Oh shit, Game Pass. You
Oh, that's right.
Hey Manny, isn't that cat game gonna come out this year?
That's this summer actually. That's not a fall though. That's I think it's
Oh.
July.
I mean, I'm not like super excited about it to play
Stray.
cat game, but I'll play cat game.
You'll play the cat game. Plague
I just
Tale
want
2.
to call it cat game. Fuck Stray. Call it cat
Yeah.
game.
You could call it. You call it. You know when you call your cat.
What? Oh yeah, well yeah. What they think their name is.
Yeah, like that's what
Kiss
like that's
noise.
my name is. Yeah, like that's not my
Yeah.
name, motherfucker. Get me some milk.
I actually think that like their internal response to when you go is what you say is true. You've earned my trust.
Yeah, that's,
Well, in general, cats react to sort of high pitched noises. They pay a little bit more attention to them. So usually little high pitched noises they sort of react to. So, but I think sometimes in some cases, some cats think that those noises are probably their name or you calling them.
yeah. The Harry Potter game that anybody's looking forward to that's coming out.
It's a nice looking game, but it's not something I'm interested in.
Yeah, Gotham Knights. I don't care.
I don't care about
okay,
Gotham.
Don't care about that. Last of Us remake is next year. Oh no, that's this year. I don't care about that either. I
No, don't care about. I mean, I played Last of Us, whatever.
that. Yeah,
Up on Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights. There you go.
Oh,
I mean, look. I'm not happy that Batman's not in it either. Like, I get that, but otherwise, it seems like a fairly neat game. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm not going to not play it just because Batman's not in it.
Yeah,
I don't know,
I am that shallow, you know. Plus, the game just looks like I don't care, you know.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not the gameplay aspect of it they've shown. Have not really been that interesting to me.
Like I'll just go play the Asylum games, you know. All right. Any other?
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Isn't the gameplay loop in Arkham pretty much the same as Spider-Man?
Yeah, but it's Batman instead of Spider-Man.
Arkham Knights basically sounds like Spider-Man, the Batman game.
Yeah, but you're not playing Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't want
mean,
to.
if
I don't
you-
want to play. I don't want to play as Red Hood. I don't want to
that's-
play as. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like those characters in general are not as much as people say they love those characters. They're not enough. That's why they had to throw 4 of them in the fucking game to equal up to one fucking Batman because they couldn't do it on their own. Like if you would a Nightwing game have the same heft as saying it's saying a full-on Batman game? It wouldn't.
I mean,
Let's
really,
be
it's, all that matters is that it doesn't have villains in it. I want to see fucking villains. I'll play Red Hood. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It depends what you're in for, but yeah, it's like I don't want to. I don't care about
Villains
Nightwing.
are the best part of Batman. Like, I'll be honest. Batman
But if I'm
kind
playing
of
a
makes
Batman video game, I want to be Batman beating the shit out of villains. You know.
But it's not a Batman video game. Like,
I know,
the thing
and
I
that's
don't
why I'm not
understand.
That's why I'm not interested.
Well, no, yeah, but you like hold it actively against the game. It sounds like,
Yeah, because it doesn't have Batman.
but it never said it was gonna have Batman. Like,
Okay, and that's why I stay away from it. This isn't that difficult, man.
Loop now.
Yeah, we are. It's like, I'm like, I don't understand what's so difficult to understand. No Batman, no deal. It's simple, you know. Anyway, what are we? Okay.
I feel like that's just me being like, "Hey man, you want a sandwich?" You're like, "I want pizza." All right.
I mean, that's like having a Spider-Man game without actually having any Spider-Man in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. But you enjoyed the Spider-Man game. Gameplay loop should be about the same.
Yeah, but
like-
here, the difference is, okay, who am I going to prefer to play as? Nightwing or Spider-Man? Come on now, you know?
Who gives a shit?
I give a shit. If I'm going to be playing as this character, I want to be a cool character. I don't give a shit about Nightwing. I don't give a shit about Batgirl. I don't give a shit about Red Hood. I don't give a shit about the other fourth character, whoever the fuck it is. Don't care. Give me Batman.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Do you think Batman will secretly be in it?
He will be. I guarantee
Yeah,
you
he's
that.
gonna show up.
And that's probably going to be. Here's what I suspect is going to happen, right? The end of the game, you find out Batman was
Equal.
was faking his death the entire time, right? And that he'll be the DLC character.
Yeah,
Watch.
Wait for the Batman DLC.
Watch.
Yeah, listen. You know they're gonna jump on that boat because especially if the game is not doing great, they're gonna be like, oh,
As a
hey,
matter of
by
fact,
the way,
hold on, we're bringing it back. Brian, let's go, man. You know what's going to happen? You're going to find out that Batman has been pretending to be dead because to unfurl a secret plot by who?
the
The
Joker.
Joker. Let's go. You already know. You already know what's going to happen.
Bring it back.
You already know, man.
Or some Ra's al Ghul plot.
It could be that too. That's my
Honestly-
second one. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm fucking okay with that. It's better than the movies we've been getting.
Yeah, the Batman wasn't that bad.
Yeah, the Batman was pretty good.
No, we should be saying it's not that bad. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not terrible,
Yeah.
but
It's
it's
a
not
good
the
movie.
Batman movie we fucking deserve.
Yeah. We had that like. Was it 12 years ago?
No,
you know,
according
funny you
to
mentioned that line. You
according
know,
to
the
Christian
Batman
Bale,
movie
he
would
was the Batman
deserve.
we deserve,
Yeah,
right?
he is. Yeah,
He's the hero we deserve.
very, very
I
clever
was
use of that
wondering
line.
if everybody was going to pick that up.
I picked it up. I picked it up right away. Very clever. I like that. You know, we already had the Batman we deserved in 2008.
Ugh. We've
Except for the
slipped
voice.
up since then, apparently.
Yeah.
Voice.
I'm not
Oh,
talking
we
shit
had a
on-
lost decade of Batman, didn't we? Oh, because they ain't even counting Rise, right? I don't know about
Well,
that.
I mean,
movie.
there was a lost decade before The Dark Knight
Yeah,
and
that's
Batman
true.
Begins.
Yeah, so
I'm not talking shit on the new Batman. I just want to say it before people get mad at
Batman?
me. Like, yeah, I'm not shit on the new Batman. I can't
Yeah.
even seen it yet.
Fair
It's
enough.
3 hours. I need to set aside a whole fucking.
Yeah, you really do. You really do have to set time because it's fucking long ass movies. All right.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's the best Batman, and I'm not the only one that says this, is the animated series Batman.
Of course.
That is the truest Batman to source. Make that into a movie.
They did. Master of Phantasm.
No, make that like if it like this is the part I don't understand. I'll go admitting right here. I don't understand about fucking Hollywood making these things. Like you literally have a picture book that shows you shot for shot. How, like you could do a shot for shot remake of some of the best Batman comics, and people would fucking love it. They go nuts for that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Brett,
But
you could say that for anything. Like, how the hell did Sony make the Resident Evil movies they have made? Look at all of them. You could say exactly. It's like you have all these games, and yet you made all of these movies, and none of them look like the game. And that last one, that's an abomination. Like, holy shit, that was terrible.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to argue with that. Go ahead.
It's just cross mediums don't work well. Why are most video game stories so crap? When there's like millions of books that you can get inspired from.
You're trying to translate different experiences. Once a long form experience, you're trying to shorten it into like a 90-minute movie where you care about the adaptation of these characters. Like that's, I don't know. It's. Nah, never mind. I lost it.
All right,
Make it
man.
good.
Let's move on.
I lost it
Man.
right in the middle there.
Anyway, any other?
Oh no,
game-
no, I got.
Go.
What I'm saying is, you don't have to translate anything with a comic book. You pretty much have, your shots already laid out for you. Goddamn, I forget what the job is called, but yeah, there's somebody literally who that's the job.
Adaptation?
No, maybe I'm just blanking on the word. They draw the sketches of shots and everything like that, and actually dictate what the
Storyboard.
Storyboard?
Storyboard. There we go. Yeah.
The rubric.
There you go. You have a storyboard and a script already handed to you. Like that usually is enough. Like that's usually what they go off of in movies. You know what I mean? Like that's handed to them as an instruction manual, and that asset as a source is available free of fucking charge. It's already done and made. That's the part that irks me. Right? There's no real translation needed. They literally handed you an IKEA table and an instruction manual, and they're like, build a kitchen table. And you come back and they're like, I built a bookcase. We're like, how? And the instructions were right there. Why is there a bookcase now? They're like, oh, well, it's a good bookcase. Look at that. Just saying, it's not a fucking kitchen table. It's not the thing that we wanted. It's not the thing we went out. We're like, hey, I really like this. Like, but it's a good bookshelf. Yeah, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying. Continue.
Yeah. All right, man. Any other fall games?
Fall games. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Callisto
We'll see what
Protocol,
happens.
only one
Yeah,
we care
we'll
about.
see
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, man.
Carlos, I'm surprised you didn't mention Pokemon.
Well, there's
Scarlet and Violet
Pokemon.
coming out.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like it's lost its. There's a fucking Pokemon game every year now. I'm like, I just feel overwhelmed. Like I can't even. I didn't even play Arceus or Arceus or Atreus. I don't know what the hell it was
That's what I
called.
call it. It's Atreus, you know.
Prius.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that could be a one.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. What are we up to right now? Okay, so another one from Sir Rich a lot. Okay. After God of War Ragnarok eventually releases, clever there.
Whatever.
Which PlayStation first-party exclusive do you all think Sony will showcase next? Oh God, the reason I'm just reacting like this is because I know exactly which one's going to be next.
Well, you got to add the caveat that it's a AAA.
It still is a AAA game, though.
Oh,
it still is. This bullshit remake, man.
The Last of Us?
Yeah, that's going to be the one they push out next. That's the one they're going to pump out more. They're going to have I guarantee you they're going to have another state of play on it, you know?
Wait,
is it out like September?
Yes.
Yeah. And God of War, that's a good... let's roll it back a little bit. Because we do not know when God of War is going to come out. We still don't know.
I feel like it's going to come out after The Last of Us.
Regardless. You might be right. It could be a November game. Okay, so what's up?
They still could do what you're saying, because they could just package part 1 and part 2 together,
or the multiplayer. They could pump that out. Pimp that.
Yeah, because they're saying that.
Okay, I'm sticking with my answer. Or just change it a little bit. It's still going to be something The Last of Us related after God of War. Because what else do they have? Let's be real here.
Wild guess. Wolverine.
Maybe
no.
Spider-Man comes out. Yeah, Spider-Man comes
2.
out. Spider-Man comes out 2 first. Yeah, Spider-Man 2 first. Maybe, but I don't even think Spider-Man's coming out next year. Is it?
It's TBD.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I mean, if someone that's gonna release it, it's Insomniac, and
they work pretty fast, which is crazy.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Again, I don't trust these release dates anymore.
It's a good question because with Sony, like, we're only limited to just a few things that we know, and with Microsoft, feel like we know every freaking game that's gonna come out for the next 20 years. It just depends on when the hell they're releasing. But yeah, I feel like Tony's answer could be the right answer, but it also feels like a cop out because it doesn't. Stupid. It's fucking Last of Us, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know. It's like, come on. What are you doing, Sony?
They're gonna splatter it all over the place. They're gonna give Neil Druckmann like 2 hours to talk about it.
And this is just an effort to push this stupid show,
just to push the show.
No, also, Last of Us Part 1. I love how they just changed Last of Us Part 1.
Yep, they did. They switched the name.
Yeah, so now you have Last of Us Part 1 and Last of Us Part 2. It was...
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole new thing, Tony. You don't understand. This is Part 1.
Well, I mean, they kind of, they did it with Star Wars. They did it with The Godfather.
Yeah, nobody liked it with either of those things.
Okay, hold on. I got to address this because J Ship goes, it's selling. Okay, who gives a fuck? It's still The Last of Us, man. I don't care. I'm glad the game's selling. Good, fantastic, brilliant. Nice. I don't give a fuck. I'm done with that series, man.
Hey, question for you guys.
Yeah, remember the previous question was, what games are we excited for? I'm not excited for that fucking game. I'm done with that franchise.
Quick question for you guys: do you see a lot of people who are really into Last of Us playing a lot of other games?
Yes.
I don't.
An annoying amount. They're very hardcore about it. You just say so much.
No. Playing other games.
I don't know.
Like, are they big on like Last of Us and all these other things? Or
Riku is big on The Last of Us.
Yeah, Riku loves The Last of Us.
Game.
Yeah, and he plays. He definitely
I don't
plays.
know. I mean, I played that game. Again, I enjoyed it. I played it trepidatiously because I don't care for fucking zombie games. It's like
There's-
more of the same. Like we're full into zombie mode with all these goddamn zombie shows and fucking comic books and stupid. The easiest thing to do, and it's just they just changed the name to another cute name that wasn't zombie. Clickers.
I remember when I was playing Uncharted, the first Uncharted, right? Even though it came out in 2007, I played it early 2008. Remember that part where you fight the zombies in that game? Remember, this is 2008, and I'm like, I am tired of this shit in video games. That was in 2008. We're still doing that.
Yeah, literally. What did that game boil down to eventually? Zombies.
Zombies. You know, even in Mass Effect, zombies. You know, with the husks and shit. It's like because they're easy video game villains. You know, so just mow them down.
Just
you
throw
know,
thousands of them at you.
It's
yeah. But Last of Us definitely has a horde of hardcore fans. Like they're
annoying. Yeah, they have a horde. That's what you did there, man.
A horde of fans that shuffle at you when you say something about their precious little game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm to no one's surprise, they tend to be sort of the hardcore Sony fans as well.
Yeah.
So you can put two and two together.
I'll say it right now, man. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, dude.
I cannot stand the Last of Us community, man. I don't like them. They're very annoying. You know, like when in 2020, when I was like, Ghost of Tsushima, my favorite game of 2020. But the Last of Us team. Like, come on, bro. I'm talking about this fucking game, not that. Shut up.
Yeah. I find that.
Yes,
sad
they are infected. Thank you, mighty nerd. You know.
Yeah, they're infected with less of their. What is it? What's the new cute name that they give it? LARP 2. What do they call it? The acronym. It's like Druckmann said it. It was like LARP or something like something like L Lou or something like that. It was something like that. It was like low or something like that. I don't know. Because it's shorter to say the acronym than it is to say the name. And come on, here's the thing. Mass Effect fans, yes, we you love those games, but at the same time, there are more than one game out there, and at least for a lot of us on the show here, we're just, it's fine.
Tired of it.
But yeah, it's getting a little old now. Just throw a bunch of zombies. It's funny though. You notice that like the two zombie games that Sony put out are both ended up being like two huge games. Like even the one that nobody.
Days Gone. Yeah.
Even the one that the industry would panned for being derivative. Even that game did good. Apparently, people just love fucking zombies.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, and obviously, I'm cognizant of the fact that people keep buying them. And again, if the game makes them happy, that's fantastic. And obviously, I understand why Sony's keep putting them out. I just think I'm not going to be like, oh, Sony's releasing this. This is great. I'm so happy about this. I'm keeping it real. Do you want me to be fake? It's like, is that what you guys want? Because I could, I could try to do that, but it's not going to come off right. Then you won't be listening to Throwdown anymore. I keep it real. Good. I'm glad Sony's making money. I don't want to see these fucking games. There, simple as that.
And to be honest, guys, do you really need to evangelize The Last of Us? It's going to be
out of all games,
regardless.
Yeah, I'm going off on a rant right now. This is what I understand about The Last of Us people, right? Okay, the game of the year, high sales, high reviews everywhere. But any little criticism that people have, they come at you. Like, why are you defending this game that's like literally one of the best-selling games, best-reviewed games, most beloved games of all time? Let the criticism stand. There's something wrong with it. It's so fucking defensive, man. Thin-skinned, bro. Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because
it has to be 100% beloved by everybody. Like, I could understand. I could understand if it's a game that it was actually like. That was like an underdog type of game, and it would have its defenders. I would understand that, but this game is already top of the food chain.
Yeah,
so,
but here's the thing: you look so good defending Last of Us, right? Like it's this weird combination of like, progressivism, like, I don't really understand why it's become this thing for like liberal progressivism because it doesn't really display a lot of that. But sure, go ahead. Like,
Nah,
it's
bro. I'm gonna.
hold on,
Let's
wait.
not go down the
I'm just
rabbit hole
saying,
too much here.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm just saying, get something akin to a cross between virtue signaling and understanding high art. Like when you get a bunch of people
No.
around like a fucking splattered Pollock painting, and they're like, "Oh yes, I totally understand this." Everyone fucking understand. That's the whole job of going to art school is you can write, little excerpts and summaries of your art. They confuse the shit out of rich people, and they buy just fucking whatever.
There's always those people, but in this case, it's not the case for this game. There's people genuinely love this game. They're craving for the fucking multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's just PlayStation gamers. A lot of them are ponies that,
Oh no, I'm
feel
not saying
like
that they
this
don't
is
love it. I'm just saying.
but they're not doing it to
That's
virtue
kind of-
signal. They're doing it to defend their side of the war.
Which they don't. It's funny because why do you need to defend a war
Yeah.
that you're
won.
already winning?
Yeah, and if you're fighting a quote unquote war for The Last of Us, there's no war to fight. Last of Us won.
Yeah, Last of Us already won.
So what are you defending?
Dude, it's like saying it's the same reason you're like, I don't like The Godfather, and people are like, oh, I need to tell you why you should like The Godfather. You just don't understand it because it's above you.
I don't get it. But anyway, I don't want to talk about this shit anymore.
It's
moving
better
on.
than you, Syndrome. Simple as that. That's how to boil it down.
Yeah. All right.
Better than you, better than me.
Oh God. All right, and the last bunch of questions here from Mob Hits.
Oh, by the way, there's
What's
just before that, someone mentioned on the chat. Who was it? Like, they didn't mention like exactly this, but Breath of the Wild has this type of behavior too.
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah, it does.
You know how
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild not only influenced every game that came out afterwards, but influenced every game that came out before it. Like this game is that potent to these people. Like again, there's some games that even games I like, I'm like I cannot stand the fan base of them. Same thing with bands too.
And what does Last of Us and Breath of the Wild have in common? Massively successful, perfect, 10 out of 10 game of the year games.
Yeah, that's needs to be defended for whatever reason.
Yo, man, I need to defend a game that's successful already.
Makes no fucking sense. Defend
defend
Gravity Rush. How about that?
Defend Gravity Rush. Defend the Order
defend
86.
Defend
Sony of Japan.
It defends Sony of Japan. How about that?
Defend that company, man.
Defend Puppeteer.
Yeah, defend the puppet. Defend the Last Guardian. There you go.
Yeah, come on now. No, let's defend
those are
the game that doesn't.
Those are right there are the real underdogs of the shit.
Of Sony,
Yeah.
If you're gonna really be about that gravity, about that Sony life, See, no. Okay, Kishak, I saw the joking, so I'll let that slide. I was about to have a fight with this man. He said Gravity Rush needed to die, but he was joking. Defend PS3, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The underdog. Defend the Vita. I'm telling you, man.
Vita, baby.
Defend other shit that needs to be defended.
We can't defend the PS3. The PS3 did successful.
Yeah, it was successful. Yeah,
And
we can't defend the Vita because the Vita's dead.
And we can't defend the Vita because Sony didn't even defend it after a few couple of games.
Like Sony, pero why?
Yeah, man, what you doing, Sony?
Yeah. No, don't defend 343. No, we don't defend them around here. They need to go. All right, moving on here. See, equal opportunity haters hating on Sony. We got to have Microsoft in there.
You're a bunch of ponies.
Tony.
Pony, your pony. Your name rhyme with Sony. That's why.
That's why you a pony.
That's why you're a pony.
A rip and a rhyme, a rhyme and a rip. All right.
This is the way that Dylan spits.
This is where Dylan spits.
All right, mob hits. All right, after Shredder's Revenge, what classic would you like to see get an updated sequel? Ooh.
Final Fight.
He goes on already mentioned.
Final Fight.
Yeah, Final Fight. Let's go.
Absolutely.
I like what he said though. His answers were interesting. It's not even a beat 'em up, but it still kind of is. Comic Zone. Remember that game?
Oh, that was brutal. That game was hard as.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll throw this one in for Adam. You know, whatchamacallit? Oh my God, I'm forgetting the name of the series.
Table tennis?
Bionic Commando. You know, there you go.
Yeah,
like another 2D one. Make another
Yeah,
one.
the
You know,
2D one. Yeah, that was a good
Bushido
one.
Blade.
Yeah, I'll count that. It does count. Is that
does count. It's a game.
No. No, because he said classic. That can be considered classic.
What
it
year was
is.
Yeah,
Bushido
I
Blade?
think it is.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, that
Yeah,
counts.
by definition, it's over 25 years old.
Ooh, Brad, you're more hardcore than me. My definition is 20 years. I thought I was too strict. Good on you.
I mean, it's definitely been over 20 years.
I wonder if I should update my parameters now. 25 years sounds good. I'll need to think about this. But yeah, Bushido Blade. There
How
you
long
go.
it takes a car to be a classic? How long it takes something to be an antique?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of antiques, not a lot of modern antiques, right?
Oh,
I always said that in order for something to be an antique, everybody who experienced it has to be dead.
ooh, that's a good one. Oh, see,
Yeah, like in other words,
yeah.
like everything from the 1920s is considered antique because most of the people from the 1920s are dead.
No, not most. They're all dead. They're all dead.
They're most.
There's
I mean,
actually no. There's not
like-
one old woman that was around before that, right? She's like 113 years old or something. No. No. What's the oldest person? How old are they? Somebody look it up.
All right.
It was somebody from the Titanic, wasn't it?
It's been 84 years. Real quick.
100. The oldest person is 112. He's Venezuelan.
Oh shit! Damn. You know, Jay Shep, a man after my own heart. Golden Axe. Let's go. You know, first video game I ever
Golden
played.
Axe.
Golden Axe would be good.
They attempted to make a golden axe.
Oh, that was just
Oh,
3D
that was
one.
terrible.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Now, Jay Shep, this and
Oh, hey, Tony.
Yo, hold on, real quick. Jay Shep says Double Dragon. They did that already.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
That, Neon.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
There's Double Dragon Neon,
Yeah.
and they made a Double Dragon 4, but I don't know how good that is.
Yeah.
It was made by the original guy too, by the way.
Yeah, Brett, what's up?
I'm going to propose we go by car rules. Check this out. Usually a classic moniker applies to something over 20 years old. Antiques are over 45 years old, and vintage is anything built between 1919 and 1930.
Okay, so I was right with the 20 years then. If we go by car
Yep,
models.
you're right. Yep.
Okay, cool.
That makes it a classic, but it's not an antique until 45.
What antique video games exist? These are
Yeah.
Is
What's
Pong?
it? No. Fucking. What's that game called?
well, Pong, right?
No, ET.
I was thinking Pong.
Oh, ET. No, I don't think ET.
Well, Pong is older.
Yeah, ET wouldn't qualify because it's 45 years, right? That's not 45.
But they try to kill it.
They did try to kill it.
Put it in the
They
desert.
did.
You
They
know?
buried it.
They don't have them yet.
Bullshit.
That's the funny thing.
No, they don't have
We're going to
antique
be the
games.
first generation that sees antique video games.
That's crazy. All right. What other games you want to see brought back? Ooh, some good Rocket Knight. That'd be fun. They brought back Rocket Knight though, didn't they?
They did bring back.
Yeah, they
Rocket
did bring.
Knight.
Yeah,
There
they
was a
brought that
recent
back. Yeah, they
one.
brought that back. My man said Demon's Crest. I haven't heard that name in
Crest?
years.
I have
You know?
a figure of him.
Yeah.
Etrigan? I'm not Etrigan.
That blue dude. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
the red guy.
Oh, is it
from
red? Blue,
yeah,
blue or red?
Ghouls
Oh,
and Ghost.
Yeah.
He was a boss in.
yeah, Ghouls and Ghosts. They brought that back. You know,
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, that actually came out pretty recent. I haven't heard much about it though.
Oh, my man said Clockwork Knight. Nobody knows about no
Clockwork
Clockwork
Knight?
Knight. See, we're the fans of that shit.
Yeah.
Defend that fucking game. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't
Right,
even
man, he
defend that game because
defended.
I thought it was trash.
Yeah,
To be honest.
I liked it, but even though Brett, here you go, man. Gunstar Heroes.
I would say Estall, bring him back. He actually had a good game.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Yep.
Bring
You
back
win.
a stall. Yeah, Gunstar Heroes. That'd be good.
or
Here's one
what
for
was
Adam.
it?
Bad Dudes. Remember that, Adam? Bad Dudes.
I'm bad.
Guardian.
Yeah,
Guardian.
for $1.
Was it Guardian Knights or Guardian Heroes?
Well, they brought that
Guardian
back.
Heroes? Yeah.
Oh, they did.
No, they
did?
remastered it. That was just. They
Oh,
didn't-
no,
yeah.
I mean like literally, do some new sprites. Don't
That'd be
reuse those
nice.
old
Yeah,
things.
bring Guardian Heroes back then. In the style of like Streets of Rage 4. That'd be cool.
That'd be
Bubsy
a shitload
3D.
of
No, we don't
characters,
need that. We don't need that Barry Burton. No, we don't need that.
Bubsy 3D.
They did that. Remember? It was.
They did that. Yeah.
They
they
did, and
did.
it came out garbage again. So
Yeah.
stop bringing back Bubsy.
Yeah. How about
He
You
can
know?
he can stay dead. That's okay.
Yeah. Stall. That needs to come back.
Shit. I would say Rayman, but because Rayman hadn't had a thing in a while, but
Rayman, yeah, they brought it back, but then they stopped because
that
Ubisoft.
game did so well.
Yeah, the two
Remember?
Origin and Legends, yeah, they did.
Yeah, Origin and Legends did really well, and it's just like they, I guess once Homeboy left,
Oh, Michelle Ancel.
yeah, once he left, I guess Ubisoft, I guess all that business got nixed.
Yeah.
They only keep his rabbits around now.
All right, man. Moving on here. Next question by Mr. Mob Hits. All right. Would you be opposed to being able to reset your Chivos or trophies in order to receive a grand one for doing so? Fuck no. Fuck that.
The Grand Chivo?
Yeah.
I've heard of this, and this has been brought up before. Like, we've seen this with a lot of games. I think Gears, and the only one that pops up in my head is Gears, is that once you hit the 99, you're for multiplayer level, then you get like a special tier level, sort of like a prestige. You see that in Call of Duty, different prestige levels. Once you hit a certain number, then you get prestige. They tried to do something similar, not taking your points away, but giving you a special image and once you hit over 100K and stuff. But so what? No one seemed to care. So then they just abandoned that. So, no, I don't think people would be cool with just scrapping a full amount just to have like a special level or a special symbol or star next to your profile, symbolizing that you're on your second tier of, I don't know, 50.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like in the first Final Fantasy, like once you reach the level cap, you could upgrade to the next one and your sprite changes. Like you start from level 1 again, but you're still like no, I wouldn't do that shit. I wouldn't do that. Do people still care about achievements and trophies? Yes, we do. Of course.
Yeah,
Love them.
I'm still working toward my Guardians of the Galaxy Platinum.
Yeah, most of us here actually. I think Throwdown Your Skipper. I think the only one who doesn't really care too much is Brett. Even Carlos fucks with trophies. I know Brian still does. He still gets his platinums.
No, Brian. Brian is Brian is what I call the hidden weapon, because this dude, as much as we talk about that shit, that motherfucker's doing it.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, we talk about the ones we plan to get in. Brian's just getting like 50 platinums a year. He's like the secret Riku,
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm nowhere near that bad. I get like maybe like
I don't even think Riku is even that way anymore.
No, Riku is the master. But no, to answer the question, no, we love some trophies and chivos around here. And Chris gets down too.
Adam is reclaiming his championship.
Chris, did you get the platinum in Resident Evil, like the last one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you get the platinum in all the Resident Evils, don't you?
Yeah, I am. I don't stop playing till I get the platinum.
Damn right.
That's when I'm.
Yeah, like I don't stop playing till that trophy pops.
Yeah. This year, every PlayStation game I play, it's only been 2 of them. I've gotten the platinum. I got the platinum in Forbidden West. And I got the platinum in Elden Ring. I will not be getting the platinum in fucking Ninja Turtles. That's too brutal.
Oh, that's a hard one, man.
But I will try to at least get 90% of them. Trophies are the shit. Like they add so much more fun to the games.
I like the
you're a nerd. It's a challenge.
It is
a challenge.
I always say I say like I like sort of having that proof of especially when I really really like a game.
Yeah, to show the game.
That,
exactly.
Like that I fully took it to the nth level of whatever I took that game.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I used to keep track of this shit when me and Adam used to keep track of that shit
before these things existed.
Things existed. Like me and Adam would like record the fucking ending
VHS,
of VHS, which I still have that VHS, by the way.
God, what don't you have? God damn.
I still have that, but yeah, or I used to write. I had like an old Nintendo book that I used to write the what date when I finished off a game and stuff like that. So yeah.
Manny, we used to do the same thing. We used to record the endings and stuff.
Record the endings.
Bunch of games, and like I said, like there was a bunch of games, especially like on. Even though I was doing this shit before that on PS3, I would have got the platinum retroactively for Metal Gear Solid 4, for example. I did everything in that.
We did. Me and Tony did everything in that game.
Yeah, no, but we used to do it all the time. We would 100% games all the time. So like that hasn't changed.
There didn't even need to be a Chivo or a trophy. It was just like, oh yeah, I really like this game. I really want to get everything in it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
You know what's really
I think,
interesting?
and I always I get people ask me this also. People at work were like, "Oh, what's the big deal?" Because you all know, I've been freaking double dipping, replaying a lot
yeah,
of games that I
yeah,
beat on the
yeah,
PlayStation over on the Xbox, fucking getting ridiculous. Thankfully, I found other fanatics doing it with me, so I'm not alone.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's
By the
almost.
way, people, for you guys who don't know, because Adam, most of last gen, he was just on PlayStation, right? PlayStation 4. So now he's playing the same games on Xbox. He had all the same achievements again.
We did the Guardians of the Galaxy. We did.
Oh, you finished it? You did it?
Well, I gotta get I finished it again. I just didn't get the platinum. I mean,
Okay.
1K, but I finished it. What else? Redid Borderlands 3, redid Division 1, redid Division 2. Right now redoing Wildlands, and it's more of just keeping track.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It keeps it like my son said something very weird that I didn't even think about, because I'm like, oh, he's like, you got a lot of TiVos. I don't have that many. This is because he has his own account, and he says, I'll just take over your account when you die.
Oh shit!
And,
Damn! Whoa!
Damn, that
and this, he's 5 years old. He's 5 years now. I mean, like I see it. I showed you guys the guy. He beat the Miles Morales, the Spider-Man.
Was he holding scissors while you were saying that?
No. But I mean, and I was like, what that's messed up. But then I was thinking about, I'm like, technically, yeah, I could just give him my login. I'm like, yo, continue the journey.
That's it. Keep it going,
like,
make
Go,
generational.
my son.
You know,
Go, my
because-
son.
because
Take it to the level. Take it to
Because
the limit.
that's the thing. It's like, this is your digital gaming history.
yes.
book.
And I would need to drop that because Blitz says that he doesn't try to get them because he doesn't want bragging rights. We're not getting Chivos for bragging rights. We're getting exactly for the reason Adam just stated, because it's a history book. It shows you what you've done. You know.
Book. Yeah, exactly. Let's say later on down the road, somebody says, "Oh, remember that first game with so and so," and then you can just type it in, boom, 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 and then just send it to somebody. Say, yes, I played it on this year, 2021, whatever year.
If you
and
think
this is
about
what I
it,
achieved in that.
if you think about it, as far as trophies and achievements go, they've been around for like 10 years or more.
Yeah, if you go for Xbox, this has been around for a long time.
2006.
Yeah.
2006.
With the 360, they were released.
I think they're one of the greatest things ever put into video games, man. They really are. Like it hurts me that I'm like, oh, I think about the achievements I could have gotten in older games, on older systems. You know, I would have went ham. You know, but I'm glad we got them now, and it does upset me that I don't have as much time to put into them. But that's why I cherish them even more when I can't get that platinum.
Also,
you know?
also let me also add. Back in the day, people used to say, "Oh man, I beat that game."
Yeah.
Right.
Now you can prove it.
Now you can actually sort of prove it, because there were a lot of folks back in the day saying, "Oh yeah, man, I beat this game and this is the ending," and you didn't have no proof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shuts everybody up.
Yeah, but the whole bragging, I don't give a fuck about bragging. I want my history shown. I want to look through it, and like a fucking picture book, right? Hey, remember when I got this? Remember when I got that? You know what I'm saying? I love that shit.
Here's what I don't understand about that. Those things were always resolved in like, oh man, I got to this blah blah blah. Like, no, you didn't. Yeah, I did. Well, you think you're good enough to do that? Yeah, I do. And it always just seemed to like devolve into a Street Fighter match.
Yeah, but now, because people are like, "Oh, you beat that game? You beat the game?" You know?
Well, no, because you just end up being like, nah, man, I am better at video games than you. Of course, I made it that fucking level. Better than video games, man. Motherfucker, pull out Street Fighter right now. I will whoop your ass 5 times in a row. Even though, like, it's not like the skills translate, but this is 8-year-old logic. Give me a break. But I also gotta say, like, man, all that shit makes it just feel like a job to me. But
it can be, and that's when achievements. That's when you gotta step away. That's when you gotta step away.
Yeah, that's when you gotta start to step away.
Because because when I first got into PlayStation 4 and shit, no, it's 3 with these achievements came out, right? I was like that. I was like, every game I got, I had to get a platinum no matter what, even if I hated it, I had to do it. That's why I was like, Tony, no, don't. Only get the platinum for games you actually like, and that's what I've done ever since, and it worked out very, very well, because you're right, Brett, it can become a job, and it's like, you're playing games for fun, not for it to be a job.
That's why, like I was playing, that happened, the job thing happened when I was playing, like, the First Light, and I was playing through that thing. I got I got all the story trophies, and I got most of the weird combat trophies, and I kept going, and then there was these dumb, like, race missions or whatever kind of dumb missions in there.
I
I'm
hate
like,
those
these
kind of
shits ain't-
trophies. Yeah.
Those shits are not fucking fun. And I was just playing these things. I'm like, why the fuck am I wasting my time with this stuff? You know, I like the game, but I didn't like it that much. So I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah, yeah. If it becomes a chore, you just gotta stop. But
Yeah,
you know,
I just like again, I really liked what I played in that, but I feel like it was just those sorts of missions were just sort of felt like useless padding.
Now I have a theory here. Let me ask you guys that really like trophies. Did you buy a lot of your games as a kid?
no, I was a
Specifically-
kid.
No.
I didn't have a job. As a kid.
No,
No,
I
no,
mean,
no,
yeah,
I
I
mean,
didn't.
Let me rephrase that. Did you own them?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, here's my theory, because like I was a renter, right? There's kind of two schools. Neither of them is right. Neither of them is wrong. But the people who owned video games, that shit was expensive. It was few and far between. You got everything you could out of a video game. Squeeze every last drop out of that bitch. But like I, on the other hand, I rented games, meaning
Tony rented
5
games all the
days to
damn
do-
time.
Yeah. So did I. Yeah.
He rented
I
games all
kinda
the damn
break some
time.
of
Like
that
he literally had a Blockbuster that was like down the street from me. I was the one who didn't have a close enough video store. The closest
How did
Blockbuster
you-
was the
How do
closest.
you deal with completionist shit and
Huh?
You re-rent them. You re-rent
Yeah, you
them.
re-rent
Just
them.
sort of
Yeah,
re-rent
re-rent
them,
them.
yeah.
Shadow
Yeah, okay.
Remember that Super Nintendo? He brought
Yeah,
the
we
Super
meet.
Nintendo
Well,
over.
that was the thing. That was the thing. Like, Adam had a video store that literally is like a less than a minute walking distance
Yeah, it
from
was
his
down the
home.
block.
Tony's thing was maybe about a 5 or 4 minute walk from his house. I didn't have any of that stuff. I didn't like the closest one was where Tony was, and that's a 30-minute walk.
I just keep remembering the Shadowrun one because we rented that
Yep.
one. I was like, all right, we played a little bit. We got hooked on this game. It's like, holy shit.
Mhm.
So we had 2 nights, and then I had to bring it back. And we went back, and I told the guy, yo, I'll give you a few extra bucks. We need to finish this. And he said, okay. And then we went back home, and we just ran through it.
Yep, we finished
Well,
it.
funny enough, like earlier in the show, you mentioned Comic Zone. That was a game I rented multiple times trying to beat it, and I didn't do it. Although I rented Sword of Vermilion. I love that game on Genesis. I beat it multiple times. I kept re-renting it. I never owned it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just real quick, yeah, because Jay Shep's like, have I ever got platinum in games I'm reviewing? Yeah, like, because Sony is very good about sending games 2 weeks in advance. Like Spider-Man, I got the platinum before the embargo even lifted, And with Ratchet and Clank, I was able to get the platinum before the embargo lifted. That was pretty fun. God of War, I got the platinum. That was actually after the fact because I beat the game like twice before it came out, but it was actually my nephew. I let him get the platinum for me because those Valkyries are fucking hard. It's like, yo, you get that shit for me.
Yo, man, you got that secret weapon.
But Horizon Forbidden West, I also got the platinum in that before it came out. It's good stuff, man. I love platinums. I like getting 100% in shit. It makes me feel good. All right, let's move on
Sense
here.
of completion.
Exactly. Okay, what was your longest gaming session? Interesting. Actually, I'm gonna tie it all back. My longest gaming session was trying to get a fucking trophy. Okay, I've told this story before, but for you who don't know, so for Grand Theft Auto 4, right? One of the multiplayer trophies was glitch, right? Basically, the trophy was complete every mode in multiplayer, and there was like 108 modes, right? The thing is, on Xbox, you could just do like, let's say 20 a day or something, 10, whatever you want. It'll save it, right? Sony did not save it. It was a glitch. It wouldn't save it, so you had to stay on that shit, right? So during the course of 3 nights, me and this dude from Germany, this was old PlayStation 3, no chat, everything's just text. Right? We would just take turns. Like I would win around, he would win around, we go back and forth, and then we just like take off. Like I would take off like for like 4 hours so I could get some sleep, then he would take off 4 hours to go to sleep. So we keep this going. So I would say that session lasted like 3 days, like consecutively, until we got that one trophy.
By the way, you could not turn your console off.
No, you couldn't turn the console off, so I had to keep the console off, and then I'd go take go to sleep for like 4 hours, then he'd go to sleep and shit. We were just on it, because because again, we had to take turns winning because you had to win every mode at least once. So it was like I had to win 108 times, he had to win 108 times. So it was like 208, 16, modes and shit, and we just kept it going and going and going and going. So that was definitely, not only is that the longest streak I ever had, but also the hardest trophy I ever got. I'm telling you, this was back in the days when I was hardcore about those platinums. I wasn't fucking around. But yeah, that was my longest one. I'm gonna go down the line here. Adam, do you remember what your longest gaming session was?
One long session. The only one that comes in, it's not even. I guess it was just an hour straight, and it was for Ghost Recon. You had to have a full squad, and you had the
An hour?
whole.
Adam, we've played
Yeah,
longer
the
than an
hour.
hour, me and you.
I know, no, but it was just one. It was a goal. I guess it was for what I'm thinking is one goal. That it was an hour goal. Longest game session I probably playing Halo 3 on Legendary, and the unreleased date, me and some buddies, we just ran
There
through the
you
whole
go.
thing.
Yeah,
And we did the whole thing in one sit, and we beat that one.
nice.
So that was it.
Thanks
on
for inviting me.
Legendary.
You didn't even know you, man.
Shit, how old were you then? Maybe like 8 or something, right? You were pretty young when that one came out.
Wasn't even born yet.
Probably.
Oh man, hey, Carlos, what about you? Since you're talking,
The answer is probably Halo 2. I just did everything there. We left school, got on Xbox, and talked. Watched a game while playing the game. Do glitches, do multiplayer, do everything. So it's probably I've probably done close to 24-hour sessions, more than 24-hour sessions on Halo 2. But one that's I feel like is more definitive. At least I could pinpoint that I did. It was a long ass fucking session. Was Mass Effect 2, because Mass Effect 2, I got it the day it came out. I started playing it. I didn't stop until I beat it. I didn't get everyone to survive, so I replayed it again right after.
Damn.
And I feel like I did that all within 48 hours, or like maybe
Yeah.
3 days. So maybe what is it? 72 hours. So like I beat it twice within 72 hours.
nice. All right, Manny, what about you?
It's weird because I can't exactly quantify which one I took the longest to because I don't like count it because sometimes I'll play like late and then the sun comes up, and sometimes I get off of work, finish working and I just get on and play and I keep playing and don't sleep. So it's different for each one. I can't like yeah. So I mean I've spent long times playing certain games. It's just not. I can't really remember which one was because there was a long for each one of them.
Yeah. All right, Brian.
All right. I know I have one because I counted it, but then the other one I don't know how long that was, but I'll still tell it anyway because it's one of the funnier stories. So the one that I know is definitely the longest because I counted it I think was my third playthrough of God of War 3. Because I'd seen the timestamp and I seen it as it was just over 8 hours from start to finish on the second playthrough. So I was like, oh, you know what? I can 8 hours of gameplay. Like I can do that in like a day. So I thought, why not just give it a go? So woke up like nice and only just one day, and then I literally sat through and played the entirety of God of War 3 from start to end. I took a break for 5 minutes just to pee, but yeah, from start to end in one sitting in one day. I'm never doing that again because it was just horrible.
Oh yeah.
Everything just kind of mashes together like just one giant experience, and you just kind of lose the fun of it. So that was the longest counted. The longest uncounted, and I say this because I actually don't know how long I was on for, but it's still just a funny story. So this is back way in the day when we used to do throwdown plays after the throwdown show.
That's right. Yeah.
So we were playing GTA 5. Wow, that sounds weird.
Yeah.
We were playing GTA 5. We're still playing GTA 5. Yeah, we were playing GTA 5 after a throwdown show. Now, one thing that you guys need to remember is I'm in the UK, so I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to play this. So we finished the show probably in UK time, probably 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, and we played like GTA 5 as normal. And then these guys went to bed because it's probably like late for them. But for me, it's like, oh, it's early morning. So I kept on playing GTA 5 until these guys woke up again and they joined me. And then they asked me like, "Hey Brian, like, have you been on GTA 5 the whole time?" I'm like, "Yep, I'm not working."
Yeah, I
They're
remember that.
Yeah, so that's what I mean by like I don't know how long that session was because time dilated completely for me. So I have no idea. But yeah, so maybe that was 6 hours, maybe a bit more. I have no idea. So, and that was back on the PS3 days.
Yeah.
That's a testament of how long this show was running because we're
Yeah.
literally PlayStation 3 era. A lot of this show started. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era.
That's a testament as to how long GTA 5 exists.
Yeah,
for.
right. Shit.
Yes, there's also that too.
That's what gets me most. It's like, wow, we played it back then. It's like we did. Like,
Still the
wow,
same game.
Yeah, Throwdown's been around, as long as this show. I mean, GTA 5's been around as long as this show. That's wild. All right, Chris, what about you?
The longest session was back in college. I think I played Starcraft for almost 2 days straight.
Shit.
I don't think I slept. I think I just got back then there used to be like Jolt Cola. This was before Red Bull or anything. Get your Jolt. And I'd be in my dorm. I talked to my buddy. He was in St. Louis, and we had another buddy. Where was he? Was he back in New York? He was back in New York. I was up in Boston, and we just get on and we were just playing StarCraft, and I stayed up all night. I think it was like a Friday night, and I stayed up and I played all day, and I just got so pissed that I think I lost like 3 or 4 games in a row, and I was like, I can't go out on a loss. Next thing the sun rises, I'm still playing this game, and my buddy gets back on today. He's like, oh yeah, we gotta go on this raid, go on this match. Okay, do we do that for hours, and then it was so involved because you play for an hour and a half, and then you all of a sudden you like lose the match. So you build up all your stuff for an hour, the with the RTS stuff, and then boom, somebody kicks your ass. So you get so pissed off and you go back. I don't touch RTSs anymore because of that.
You're like, I can't lose.
You can't go out on a loss, man. But you devote like an hour and a half each session, and then boom, you lose.
Oh man. All right, Brett, what about you? Longest gaming session?
Probably a week.
Oh damn. What was this?
Whoa,
Oh, was it WoW?
Dude, I'm sitting here. I was like, oh, this is about the time I want to win. And then there's this other time, and then there's this other time. There's this other time. So
Wait, Brett, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you, I don't know, put your mic closer to you or something?
Hold on, let me try this.
All right. Because we got to hear the story. Yeah, that sounds better.
That better?
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, no, I've power gamed long sessions for several times. It was definitely one of them. First one was actually my formative introduction to video games. I got an NES as a Christmas present, and about a month later, for my 4th birthday, I got a copy of Legend of Zelda. And my ass did not move from that couch for over a week. And the only reason it didn't go into 2 weeks, because I was there for 2 weeks, but my mom made me take a break in the middle of it. And I would just bring down a sandwich, set it down, eat while playing the game, and then just like play until you kind of like tipped over, fell asleep, and then just wake back up and be like, all right, back to the game. Which was awesome. I loved every moment, but it was incredibly frustrating. It took me forever to beat because I couldn't fucking read yet. So I just kind of like every time I beat a dungeon, I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna wander around. How many of these sons of bitches open? So yeah, I've had, dude, I fucking beasted down on Elden Ring for 6 days straight. I had the flu, so I had nowhere to fucking be, and nowhere I was basically like, well, I'm laying on the couch anyway. Might as well beast this shit out.
There you go, man. All right, good stuff.
Ring.
Elden Ring. All right, moving on here. Next question. Oh, when should Sega have stopped making Sonic games? Oh man.
I don't know.
They just made a decent one is the problem.
Yeah, they made Sonic Mania, but it was like we took us 20 years to get to that.
And even Sega didn't even make it. It took
Yeah.
a bunch of fans to make that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, but we don't get to pick which games stay, according to the question. Like, when should they have stopped? If we go
Probably
previous to Sonic.
after Sonic Adventure 2.
So
Just to
you'd
be fair.
sacrifice Sonic Mania, huh?
Sure. For the greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good, because we got so many horrible Sonic games. Actually,
Right.
I wanted to be more brutal and just say cut it off after Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but I'll give you the adventure games at least.
I don't know when should they have done it. I don't know. Because at the one end, it's like there's there's literally a whole generation of Sonic people after all the 3D Sonic
The 2D,
kids.
yeah.
And there's the 2D and the 3D. It's funny how like none of that. There's no like. It's not like the Mario stuff where it's like sort of one to the other. It's they're both the same. It's literally like two different fan bases.
Yeah, because
So
the Mario games work well in 3D. That's the difference. Sonic games don't, as we've seen for the last 20 years. Mario games kind of just naturally fell into 3D, because the basic mechanics work well in 3D. Sonic doesn't. Not really, And again, I don't need to prove myself. Look at the last 20 years of Sonic games, It doesn't work. And this new Frontier game looks like it's going to be more of the same, just bigger, Yeah, it's hard to say,
Yeah, it's hard to say. To be honest, it's like because then there's slight high points, not good ones, not full on good ones. Like a lot of people really like the Sonic Colors game.
Yeah, and Generations, some people like
Generations. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, I guess I'll go with what Tony said, like right after Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you know what? I'm changing my answer. That's my answer now. We'll sacrifice all the 3D games.
I like as much as there was some that I enjoyed in there, because obviously I haven't gone back to play Sonic Adventure, but I did enjoy playing that game at the time. I haven't played it, without the nostalgia glasses yet.
Yeah.
But I would be willing to sacrifice all of those games.
Yeah, that's a funny thing because I remember I replayed Sonic Adventure like 3 years after it came out. I was like, oh god, what the hell? I like this. This is terrible. Anyway, let's move on. Is micro? I don't. Okay, this question I may need some help with. And Bob Hits, if you're in the chat still, maybe you could contextualize this for me. He goes, is Microsoft Studios in trouble with bringing out games?
Why would they be in trouble?
Yeah, I don't understand this question. Like, do you mean why are they having trouble releasing games? I think we already talked about this because we're under all these conditions right now and shit. Studios haven't, they've had to rearrange their working situations because of the Rona and other factors,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't really understand the question. I don't know if anybody else in the chat kind of does. I mean, in the room right here in the panel. You want to divine it? No, Adam's like, nope, I don't get it either. All right.
Yeah,
so,
we have to move on.
Yeah, I don't understand the question.
Yeah, I don't fully understand. Like,
yeah, good night, J Shep. We're about to close up shop too. We got one more question, man.
Night, J Shep.
All right, the last question of the night. Will Microsoft be the one benefiting from the avalanche of service games coming out this year and next?
Also,
yeah, that's what I don't understand that one either.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, what? Because they have a service, but Sony has a service also, so I don't.
Like what? Like, are we talking about service games like all those MMOs and all that stuff?
Yeah,
or are we talking about service games as far as the Xbox line of the stuff that's coming through their Game Pass.
Yeah, because like, is he talking about service games like the Division and Destiny? Because we're not seeing all those games jump into Game Pass, So I don't know. I don't really. Mob Hits, if you're there, please clarify.
I think out of all the big ones, the only one that's free to play is Destiny 2. Like Division, you still have to buy.
Still buy it. Yeah.
And all the other big ones, you still have to buy. Sea of Thieves, but Sea of Thieves has been on Game Pass since day one. It hasn't really changed anything.
Yeah. And Avengers is not on Game Pass, is it?
Yeah,
It
Avengers
is.
is
Okay.
there.
Okay. So what other service games are coming out that could potentially be on Game Pass? I can't even think of any.
Well, it was it PlayStation has Valhalla if you count that. Valhalla's there. That's not on Game Pass, but that's on that new PlayStation Plus high tier level. You get,
Valhalla service game?
I guess it's always going. They're always updating it. There's always new shit. So
Yeah.
isn't that what it is?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I
It's pretending
can't.
not to be.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. To be honest, it doesn't feel like it, but I can't disagree with what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like every other week they're releasing some new content, some new mission, some new...
By then that would make GTA 5 a service game.
Oh, it definitely is.
Oh,
for
they
online.
totally are a service game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that online. There's
Tony-
story. I hate when people say, man, if only they added single player story. Well, there is a story mode, and it is sort of single player if you play by yourself, but it's all in GTA Online. But there's tons of story. There's cutscenes, there's voice work, all that. Remember we did it. The casino is like that. All the other the penthouse suite, that's all in the game. It's just tied to GTA Online. It's not in a single narrative as we experienced from before with just a campaign.
Yeah.
But it's there. It's all there.
Interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this question. It's kind of interesting.
Kind of a unfortunate note to go out on.
Yeah, Bob hits you two confusing questions, man. You know what's up with that? You gotta contextualize things a little more so we could actually properly answer the questions here. You know. Anyway, we're done. Another good show. We actually pulled it off as we always do on Throwdown. You know. Do we have anything to plug around here?
At least for me, nothing right now. Still waiting on a bunch of stuff there, but there is something coming really soon, and I'll let you know when that happens.
Excuse me. All right, Adam, what you got?
And nothing really going on. The Walking Dead didn't come back till August. And then that's it. Just check out the Coalition. We always got tons of game reviews and other show reviews and stuff. So shout out just to the Coalition. Go check it out for content.
So hold on, let me get this straight. So Walking Dead has like 50 shows, and they don't have any during the summer.
They just finished one, and then we have August. They have that one, the Tales of the Walking Dead.
Oh,
that's
okay,
up
yeah,
in
gotcha.
August.
So nothing in July
So,
then.
Just nothing in July.
Ah, gotcha. All right, cool, man. All right, again, thank you guys hanging out with us tonight as always. Lots of good times. Hopefully something big happens in the industry this week.
Yo, Tony.
What's up, man?
Just to clarify, there's just so many nukes that you can launch in a show without actually destroying the planet. So
You know? I guess that's what it is, man. It's crazy.
It's because they haven't had Judgment Day yet.
Luke. Yeah, that'll be the next one.
That's true.
Walking Dead Judgment Day. You know?
they're all still gonna be part of this shit.
Yeah, right.
I'm the only one left.
He can't leave. He leaves, and I think everything falls apart. I think that's the
Curl.
Nuke.
When the nuke goes off, it'll just become Death Stranding.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. The nuke went
a prequel.
off. They did the nuke. They
When
did it.
when Judgment Day happens, it'll be Death Stranding. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, man. Anyway, make sure you follow Throwdown on Twitch and Twitter. Join a Discord where the news and the rumors are always popping. Throwdown Show is on every podcast app on the planet. Throwdown Show, that's 2 words, Throwdown Show. ThrowdownShow.com to listen to past episodes. And if you have been watching us on YouTube and enjoyed the content, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of when our premieres go live. Links to everything down below. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco. And tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez,
See you next time.
Chris Seeley,
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero,
He's out.
Adam Vale,
Have a good week, everybody.
Brett Murdoch,
Deuces.
and Brian Manjoma.
Capcom, you know that I love you, but that Dragon's Dogma 2 thing, it should have been a blog post.
Oh, damn. That's coming from a real fan, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. All right, people, you already know. We'll see you on Thursday. Later.
Latest.
Jesus.
This is-